we've seen so much difficulty with young people as we focus so much inward and on the independent, individuated self. We've lost a little bit of that sense of teamwork and collaboration and community. So today I'm going to give you 10 tips to encourage collaboration and teamwork. So the first thing that can change depending on the kind of kid you have is engaging in team sports. There are just so many small things about commitment to a larger group that can be so solidified when you engage in team sports. What I'm hoping for is that you think about team sports not as the skill building of becoming an incredible athlete, but as the skill building of becoming an incredible collaborator and teammate. So it doesn't matter if your particular child is sporty or not. Everyone benefits from getting movement, getting practice, even with coordination, helps your brain work in different ways. If your child is not a sport person and they just really are like, no, I would rather find other ways to move, but I don't want to do team sports. Another thing that you can do is a different kind of team, like doing theater, having, being part of the school play. It's the same thing, and you don't need to act. You can do lighting or set or stage management, but all of those things help your child learn the skill of working in a group, thinking about what your role is, thinking about what people need from you, what people expect from you, how to make commitments, how to cooperate, and everything from sports to theater are about shared goals. And when you have a shared goal, you really learn how to both be counted on and count on others. And this is going to be a skill that brings this into adulthood. Okay, number 2, assign group projects. Find out if your school is creating group projects, if there are options to join group projects. It can be even school clubs. Even for young kids in preschool, you can have family book club. It's not like an adult book club where you might sit around at dinner and talk about literary references and analyzing things. It's not about that kind of academic rigor. It's about thinking of ways to decorate the house inspired by something going on with the book. Or maybe it's a card game because the book has a character that plays a lot of cards. Whatever it is, it's like you've turned this book into a group activity that is articulating to either the adults or to each other what this book is about and how meaningful it is, and just little pieces of it. And it's really fun. Number 3, this is my favorite. It's something that we do at least once a month, family game nights. So find ways you can either collaborate with other families, which is what we do, or if you have a big enough family, you can just do it amongst yourselves. What's fantastic is that you break up into teams, and now each group needs to work together in order to win. It is such a great way to collaborate and have teamwork, and also notice the strengths that you have, the weaknesses that you have, and it's so fun. And it's also a wonderful way to cultivate a sense of community. Number 4, model teamwork at home. This can be really hard, especially if you tend to feel like I'll just do everything because I'm going to do it faster, better. I know what's going on. What I'm hoping for is that when you model teamwork at home and share tasks and responsibilities as a family, you actually have less on your plate. There's less resentment building up because everybody is pitching in. And as we know from chores, and we know from being able to grow skills of just everyday mundane things, this actually grows confidence. Number 5, celebrate group achievements. Anytime there's been a group activity, mark it, celebrate it. Make sure that it's clear that that's a value that you have, that collaboration and teamwork is actually something that is worthy of celebration, because every single time it happens, you're bringing different personalities together, different people together, different opinions, different hopes and dreams, different goals. You're finding something shared and you're finding a way to all work together. That is a huge win when we keep doing that over and over, it gets baked into our kids' systems that like, this is to celebrate. And it's not about the success. It's not about the win. It's about the teamwork. It's about the doing. It's not about the achievement of the win. Number 6, encourage looking outward. One of the things that we tend to do is we ask how our kids feel, and we don't expand to how do you think the other person feels. It's so wonderful that we have gotten to a place where we're paying attention to our feelings, we're looking inward, we're being reflective. We don't want it to be at the expense or cost of wondering about the experience of others and how we might contribute to changing that experience, enhancing that experience, sharing goals so that they're modified to serve more people than just us. Forgetting about so much looking inward and moving to, hey, what can I do to help other people, can really bolster mood and mental health. And it can also get you engaged. And then you can get into collaboration or group project or volunteer work. Number 7, okay, working on conflict resolution is such an important skill for being able to collaborate. Because think about it. If you can't resolve conflicts, or you don't know how to regulate yourself to reflectively figure out what's needed to resolve a conflict, you're going to avoid group tasks. And the more you avoid group tasks, the higher risk you are that you're going to keep doing that and get worse and worse at the skill of collaboration. We really want to teach kids the strategies for what we do when we have a disagreement and how we can compromise. You can gently coach your young people, not to tell them expressly what to do, but to teach them the questions to ask to solve the conflict, to think about what they want as a goal, to think about what the other person wants as a goal, and to learn how to compromise so that each person may not be the absolute happiest they could be, but as a shared experience, they both get a little bit of what they're looking for. When you can learn how to have strategies to resolve disagreements, which are inevitable in every collaboration, interaction, community setting, teams, you are so ahead of the game because you know this is just part of the process. It doesn't intimidate me. I'm not going to storm away, and I'm not going to give up on all the benefits of interpersonal connections and collaborations. Number 8, volunteer as a team. So instead of individually thinking about what do I care about, collectively decide what do I care about. So participate in a family community service project. What I think is really the most important is that together as a family, you are thinking about what is a project we can do voluntarily where we're serving others. It gets you outside of the self. So again, as I talked about before, that's incredibly beneficial. It fosters empathy. It requires communication. And also, it's still teamwork. Number 9, incorporate group discussions, especially in the car and at family mealtime, because those are such great opportunities. So what is group discussion? It means that there's one topic, there aren't side conversations, and everyone's opinions are valued and discussed, because eventually when you're in a shared conversation and you can't get distracted on the side with quietly talking to somebody or looking at your phone or changing the subject, you do have something to contribute, because we all, when we're forced to be listeners and thinkers, show up. And number 10, which is a little bit of an offshoot of number 9, encourage a wide set of perspectives. You know, we've talked on other episodes about how this isn't about not helping create shared values in your household. And it's not saying that every opinion is as equally right, but it is saying let's listen and think about different perspectives so that we can be better community members in this world, so that we can not walk through the world thinking that the way we do it and the way we think about it is the only way. Because because that's what gets us into trouble. And it is the absolute opposite of being good at collaboration and teamwork.